This is one of the most emotional Spider-Man comics I've read in a minute. Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man issue 6 opens up with J. Jonah Jameson cooking for Spider-Man ahead of their interview. For context, Spider-Man's sister is a fugitive and she's wanted, and because of her association with Spider-Man, he's wanted too, and J. Jonah Jameson has some key information that's going to really help with this case. At first, Spider-Man is nervous and he wants to leave, but then Jonah starts talking. He starts by telling Spider-Man stuff that we already know if we've been reading and paying attention, but also we find out that J. Jonah Jameson makes some good lasagna, so that's cool. Spider-Man tells Jonah that Tinkerer destroyed his brother's lab, and Jonah had to break it down that is not a normal thing to do. Jonah breaks it down that Tinkerer's brother Mason basically does what the Tinkerer does, but for heroes. So he's stealing his brother's information on heroes, and he's also using his information on villains and selling it off. And he's also destroying the trail that leads back to him. Getting all the info that Spider-Man needed, he tries to leave, but Jonah stops him, telling him that if he leaves, he's proving Jonah right that he was untrustworthy, so Spider-Man reluctantly sticks around. Jonah starts the interview by asking Spider-Man who he is, which is worth a shot, I guess. Next, Jonah asks him why he does what he does, and after making a joke about always wanting to ruin Jonah's day, he tells him about the death of Uncle Ben. Jonah has a flashback of a woman, but he also tells Spider-Man that is BS because he was there from the beginning. See, this is because Jonah was there at Spider-Man's first TV appearance, even giving him props on being a good entertainer. Side note, at no point in this book is it acknowledged that in the first issue of Amazing Spider-Man, the first person that Spider-Man saved was J. Jonah Jameson's son. Moving on. But he also calls Spider-Man a coward for wearing his mask. Spider-Man tells him that that's just not fair because if he didn't have a mask and a secret identity, people he loved would get hurt. Jonah tells him nah, cause police don't wear masks, and he also tells Spider-Man that he keeps him in line. That's when Spider-Man thwips an old newspaper article and he gives Jonah a wake-up call. Spider-Man tells Jonah that his vendetta is sick and that he has lost so many people. And he also asks Jonah that out of all things, why is this his mission? Jonah finally opens up and he tells Spider-Man that decades ago, him and a woman he was dating at the time were mugged by a man in a mask, and from all that time he's thought that guy was a coward because he hid his face. He tells Spider-Man that he put on a mask when he could have just joined the police force. So Spider-Man cooks him again! Basically, once upon a time, J. Jonah Jameson was mayor of New York, and instead of actually helping people, he made like a Spider-Man task force to take him down. We then get a callback to Superior Spider-Man, but Jonah is not having the excuses, and he tells Spider-Man that he has no idea about responsibility. So Spider-Man laughs at him, and let me tell you, Jonah did not like that. Spider-Man reminds Jonah that